Hi? Hello? I think... Okay, yeah. Hi! Stream! Stream is happening. Cool. Hi. To actually, pull up the page. So, maybe I should hide this? So, Arknights! Hello! Wow, 4 viewers. Okay, I have never arked a single night. Hopefully, hopefully this can be entertaining even if you don't play Arknights. My idea is just, I have a thing, there's a website that just has all of the characters, and I'm gonna talk about the ones I have opinions on. Because there are some, cool Arknights characters. So, I don't know, I'm just gonna get into it. So, I decided that, like, the most exciting way to do this was to start with the low stars and go up. And so, starting off with, one of the 1 stars in this game, Lancet 2. Who, I've used her, like, 3 times in-game, because she's a 1 star, and 1 stars aren't useful. Hello, Cammy. Hello, Shark. Hello, and Omelet. But yeah, so it's like, Lancet 2 is, like, she's more, like, cute. She's moe more than, like, a useful game piece. But a lot of what I like Arknights for is its lore and its characters, so it's like, someone not being a useful game piece is not exactly a problem. I will have more to say about her later in relation to another character, but I don't know. I think she's neat, and that's really all I can say right now. That said, why do the robots have gender? Why were they programmed with gender? That's something that has always confused me. Like, and then the next one is Castle 3, who is also a robot. All the 1 stars in Arknights are robots, which is kind of neat. Also, like, the way Arknights works, you don't really pull these very much. They're actually, like, kind of rare, beyond, like, the first copy. But yeah, Castle 2, a lot less useful than Lancet, or Castle 3 is a lot less useful than Lancet 2, because, like, all of the robots have this thing where they don't, like, you can only have out so many, units at a time, and the robots all have this thing that, like, you can play them regardless of that limit. And Lancet 2 is a healer, so sometimes you've used up all of your slots, and you just need that, like, 1 extra healer on the board. She doesn't heal a lot, but sometimes she's enough, and the fact that she doesn't count, like, she's cheap and she doesn't count towards your deploy limit, she has her place. That's a lot less true for Castle 3. And then the last robot is Thermal EX, who, his thing is that you place him on the map and then he explodes. Which is cute, but I've literally never used him. I'm sure that there's, like, configurations of the game where he's super useful, but, I too like numbers 2, 3, EX. Yeah, I don't know. But no, I'm sure, Thermal EX, has a point. I just have never used him. This one has a real Robot Wars-esque design. Yeah, I can see it. And then, so before we move on from robots, why why gender? why program the robot with gender? Anyway, from here, moving on to characters, I also don't have much to say on, because 2 stars in this game, you also don't really get from, 10 rolls. Like, if you're actually doing the gacha, you won't get 1 or 2 stars. There's another system that you use to get them that's, like, free to play. But Yato, I think out of the 2 stars, Yato is my favorite. Just because, I mean, look at her design! She's a samurai, she has a mask, like, she's just cool. Like, yeah, she's very pretty. Of all the 2 stars, she's the one that I wish would, like, get a buff or get a new unit, because, like, she has a great design and stuff. I just wish I had a reason to use her. Next is, Durin, who is a Durin, because for some reason they have a character whose, a character whose race is the same as their name. I have a lot less to say about her, because I've never used her. She's cute, I guess. Like, it's just like, the problem with a lot of the 2 stars is I just don't know them, so she's cute. 12F is, I actually do kind of like 12F's lore a bit, that he's just like, or no, that's Rangers. I'm confusing him with Rangers. Actually, the fact that I was confusing him with Rangers means I know nothing about 12F. I mean, he's a cheap AoE. I'm sure he's useful for some people. I've never used him. But now for the one that I was actually thinking of, Rangers. I do think Rangers is kind of neat, just because it's like, he's just an old man with a bow, and he's a lizard, and it's like, he's probably my second favorite out of the 2 stars, just because, like, he has cool lore. I wouldn't really, like, if he got a better unit, I probably wouldn't use him anyway. But, like, he's cool, and being cool counts for something. Especially when, like, I'll be saying, like, they're cool a lot throughout this stream. And then, Noir Corn. Noir Corn? Now, this is the first time I've ever said his name out loud, and it doesn't sound right. Noir Corn. Huh. Again, he's a 2 star. I've never used him. He exists. Like, his design doesn't grab me, but not a lot of the boys' designs don't really grab me in this game. So then, moving on to 3 stars, Feng, or Fen. I believe it's pronounced Fen in Chinese. I don't know. I actually did use Fen a little at the start, when I first started the game, which was, like, a bit after it came out in English. But no, she's cool. Like, she has a very good design. The 3 stars is really, like, where the characters start being, like, interesting on more than just, like, a design or lower level. But I feel like for her, it's not really much anyway. But, like, she does have just, like, a very good design. Like, the bracelet, the fucking, knee-highs, the belt thing on her leg. Like, there's a lot of good here that I like. This is a very good design. And, she also has a cool skin. But in the end, she's a 3 star that I don't have much opinion on. The same is true for Vanilla. Vanilla, like, wait, I need to scroll up. Vanilla being part of the, Blacksteel thing, like, I like other Blacksteel characters more, but her being able to be associated with them helps. There's that one Blacksteel manga, or not manhwa, that started recently, that I hope gets a translation into a language I can understand soon. But yeah, cool axe. Axes are a cool weapon. Plume. I love Plume so much. Laterano, the country she's from, is my favorite in the game. As will probably be discussed later. And I think she just has a really cool design, and, like, the feathers are cool. I need to scroll up. The feathers are cool, like, using a pole arm. It's just a really cool design. I used her when I started the game. And then she got outclassed by other units, and it's a shame that I don't use her anymore. But she's so cool. They've started adding, like, buffed versions of 3-star units, and I hope they get to Plume someday, because she definitely deserves it. But, Hibiscus. Hibiscus is definitely the less interesting sister. I'll be talking about her sister in, like, a minute. I'm going kind of fast through these right now, I'm noticing, but, like, these are the less interesting ones. And there's also a lot to go through. But yeah, Hibiscus is definitely the less interesting sister that, I also just, like, didn't use her a lot, but I really like her and Lava. Like, just, like, this sort of adversarial sisters relationship is, really cool to me. And also, this fucking Chuny, like, design is just fantastic. This is this is her skin, and it's just, like, so good. I wish I had a reason to actually use this skin in-game. Also, down at the bottom here, shout out Yuka Iguchi, who voices Sakihi in Monogatari. She also did a bunch of other things that I care about less, but, like, good voice actress. I will be pointing out other voice actors that I really like throughout. And I promise not all of them will be Monogatari voice actors, but Hibiscus is cool. Purple Misty Dragon. She's a demon, not a dragon. Which is a difference. Ansel. So Ansel is probably, like, top 5 Arknights boys for me. Which is, like, Arknights boys don't really do it for me, you know. I'm a lesbian. But I think he's cool. I like his design. I think he's fun. Not a huge fan of this skin, but, like, it's very twink. Very, very twink. I have, like, boy-liking mutuals on Twitter, and apparently Ansel is, like, very popular among them. He has lesbian boy aesthetics. Sure. But yeah, no, Ansel is mostly, like, I don't know. He's neat. He's definitely cool, but I never used him. Lava... Wait, oh, fuck, misclicked. Lava! Lava is very good. Because it's, Hibiscus' sister, and she's just a Chuny. Like, she never grew out of, like, the phase she was when she was 13, and now she's, like, late 20s, and frankly, like, that's relatable. God. I'm gonna stop to drink some water. Yeah, no, Lava is just, like, the arm sleeves, yeah. No, like, this is, like, really good fashion, and, like, the spikes in her hair buns are good. The dress, like, let's, like, bring this up, that, like, what all there is here, because it's, like, we got the we got the spikes with the hair buns, we've got the collar with teeth, we've got just the knife, we've got the armband, we've got this evil-looking book. This skirt is so good, and I want to wear it. And, like, those boots just, like, look goth. Like, this is just an A+ design for me. Hit it out of the park. And I'll have more to say about Lava later, because she actually has an alternate version that I haven't gotten the chance to use yet because she's new, but I'm looking forward to doing so because she looks like fun. Next is Steward. I have exactly one thing to say about Steward, and that he is the type for one of my system mates. Like, one of my system mates, like, likes boys, he likes Steward. I don't get it. He seems really, like, bland and generic, and, like, yes, this is a boy. Like, like, he definitely is. But, Cruz, Kukadayo. Cruz is very good. Unlike a lot of people, I didn't actually make use of her when I started the game, because I had Jessica pretty early. Wait, scroll up. I had Jessica pretty early, so I just, like, never felt like I needed to use Cruz. But Cruz is good. I'm looking forward to when, like, people, like, we don't have confirmation of it yet, but everyone has been suspecting that she's gonna get an alternate next Chinese New Year. And I'm looking forward to that, because she's good. And she has this really cool, skin, too. And Cruz is just, like, everyone likes Cruz, unless they hate her. And I haven't found many people who hate her. It's just, like, people like this rabbit. She's just good. Cruz is cool. Adnachiel? Adnachiel. I'm not sure if this is, like, a Hebrew name or something, but it sounds like something biblical. Which fits, because he's an angel. And, I really like the angels in this game. Some of my favorite characters are angels. Adnachiel kind of isn't, because he's a boy. Like, I would like him more if, like, he wasn't a boy, but at that point, like, I don't know. Like, a lot of this is just, like, I don't get the appeal of boys. And there's gonna be less boys to talk about as we go on. Because this game definitely has a bias towards towards girls. But speaking of girls I don't like, Orchid. I'm just not a fan of OLs. Like, I get the appeal of Orchid. She has, like, neat lore. Those garter stockings are a brave choice. She has a cool hat. Yeah, it's just, like, I just don't really like Orchid. If I were to, like, do my, like, least favorite characters, she would be down there, and it's not really, like, it's more that, like, I have any amount of dislike towards her. I don't, like, loathe her or anything, but, like, I don't love her. And that's more than, like, that's worse than most characters. And it just comes out to, like, I'm not a fan of this design archetype. I don't like OLs. And then, Melantha. A, depressed goth cat with a sword. And thigh highs. Like, I don't know. You can only go so wrong with cat girls. And it's like, put a cat girl in a dress and give her thigh highs, and it's like, yeah, you have done your job. Her skin is also good. Like, yeah. Like I really like this skin. 'Cause it's just a really cute outfit, and yeah, that's enough. But her like base design is also just really good. Like, it's simple but effective. And that's what all of the best 3 stars are generally. Beagle. People definitely, like, a lot of people care about Beagle a lot more than me. I think she's cute. I think she has cool story stuff. She's probably gonna die. But if they actually killed her, I would find that more interesting than anything else she's done in the story so far. I do like this skin, but I don't know. She kind of just is. Like, she's kind of like the epitome of a 3-star just because she just is, you know. She has a solid design, but she's not, like, great. I'm just gonna move on. Cardigan. I'm a lot more, like, Cardigan is really fun. Like, what happens if Arknights characters die? They die in the story and you can keep using them. We don't actually know because they haven't killed a character before. But it would be interesting to see what happens if they did decide to do that. Anyway, Cardigan. Cardigan is cool. Wait, no, fuck. Detail I really love. Her snow goggles have ears on them. Like, this is just a good design. She's a snowboarder too, and it's like, she's just cute. She's good. She's I like her. I like Catapult a lot less. Catapult, I don't know. She exists. I know as much about her as I have, like, all I know about her is that one line when you recruit her from, or, like, summon her from recruitment, that I have read about about 50 dozen times, but that's about it. Midnight is a boy. Boy likers probably like him. Like, this is such an edgy skin, and if, like, this is basically the same amount of edgy as, like, that one hibiscus skin, and I like it when it's on a girl, and I like it less when it's on a boy. If this art was, like, on a magic card, I think I would really dig it. But just, why are you a boy? Poppycar. Cute bunny girl with a chainsaw. She is a cinnamon roll. Protect her. And also, let her use that chainsaw if she wants. Poppycar is, like, definitely one of... You can't, Why are you a boy? Nehelenia ran. Yeah. But, the thing about 3-stars is that you can only ascend them once. They don't get a second ascension. And the thing about, like, the type of character that Poppycar is that on 3rd ascension, they all get a bit better. But because she can't do that, she's just kind of worse. And so it's just like, she's just not really good beyond, like, a certain point in the game, and I passed that point a while ago. But she is cute. And, like, I've read good fanfic for her, and, like, I like her. I just don't have much reason to use her in gameplay. And Spot. Spot definitely is. I like the, like, backwards knees. That's a cool touch. So definitely, like, you get some interesting designs in the more anthropomorphic, Arknights characters. Also, this design, like, his design looks so different between these two skins that it's like, it's clearly the same character, but, like, what's with those fucking eyes? Like, this face does not look like the same face. And that throws me off. But as far as gameplay goes, he's not particularly notable. And cool! Moving on to, 4 stars. Courier. So one problem with Courier is his association with another character, who I don't like, and that's gonna be something that comes up a lot. But also, I just don't like his design very much. I've never used him. I just don't have a lot to say about him. I might, like, if there are characters I don't have a lot to say about, I might just skip them going forward, because, like, there's a lot. But, Scavenger. Scavenger is really cool. According to the Arknights wiki, she is the only confirmed homosexual. Which is the actual wording that the Arknights wiki uses. But no, Scavenger is gay, so I like her. She had a girlfriend who died. Arknights does that a lot, but she's the one time where it's like, they actually just say she's gay. And I like her. And also, like, she has a really cool design. Like, the chains, the big fucking sword, the mask, it's like... There's a lot going on here with this design, and it's like, it all just kind of works. And, like, the sword, and, like, she's a rat. She's a gay little rat. And then, at Ascension 2, characters get different designs, and, like, what a cool fucking sword. That's, like, she's just cool. I don't use her because I have better characters for her role. But I wish I did, because she's just so cool. There's good fanfic for her, though. And, like, as far as, like, my opinions are concerned, fanfic can do as much for a character as, like, me using them in gameplay. And then, Vinya. Vinya? I'm gonna say Vinya. Vinya. I love Vinya. I love her character. I love her gameplay. She's just, like, one of my favorite characters, in the game. She used to be, like, one of my main, vanguards in, before she got replaced eventually. But she served her role well and did that for, like, 6 months. So, like, yeah. But it's also, like, good design. Because it's just, like, kind of just, like, she's a punk. Punks are cool. You also have the twin tails, and you have this, spear. And it's just, like, it all just works really well. And then, in her E2 art, it's just, like, this big fucking demon. Because she's a demon. And it's, like, a lot of the E2 art has, like, stands based on what a character is, well, based on, because a lot of these are animals. But for stuff like, Vinya, who is a demon, or, like, the angels, like, they have less to work on, so sometimes you don't get stands, but a lot of time you do. And in this case, it's just a fucking demon. And it's cool. And, here is Vinya just, on a lake, or on some body of water. And she's just vibing. Like, she's just vibing. And then this skin is very good. Ambience Synthesasia was a whole bunch of skins that they did for a concert a few months back. And they're cool. They're all good designs. And I like Vinya. I like her skins. She's very cool. I like her. Mer. I have a lot less to say about Mer, but I do like her. She has neat lore. She has a very cute design. I don't really get this. I think in lore she's a geologist, but I still don't really get this skin. It's kind of weird. But, she's cool. And she has a water fox for a stand. Which is cool. I don't know. She's just, she's just neat. Gaviel is so cool. Gaviel was my main medic for a long time, and I loved her, and I love her, and she's so good. She's there's a part of the story where you keep hearing about Gaviel off screen, and it's just everyone is terrified of her. No one wants to be the person who has to go talk to Gaviel. She's off just dealing with the enemy on her own. She's just fucking them up. And it's just she's doing all that, but she's a medic. So is Rhode Island canon in Arknights? It's not Rhode Island, it's Rhodes Island. Which is a pharmaceutical company and private military corporation combination. They're the main characters of the story. And yeah, Gaviel is based on a crocodile, so she has the tail. I will have more to say about Gaviel in relation to other characters later, but there are characters I think she should kiss. And we're gonna start getting into that, where I have, a lot of ships for this game, and I have a lot of opinions on who should kiss who. But Gaviel is so cool. Gaviel is just, great. She's also, she's just really cool. I appreciate, the trope of, medics who can just beat the shit out of people. That's always, a fun trope to see. And, yeah. Yeah, that's her. Perfumer. Perfumer is neat. I never used her much, but, I don't know, I'm, trying to think of something to say about her. I thought I would have something to say about her. She's cool. I don't know, cool fox. Cool skins. Her whole thing is that she's a botanist. Thus, she makes perfumes and stuff. So, yeah. And she's a fox. Foxes are cool. Haze, or, Haze, is probably how it's supposed to be said, but learning Japanese has ruined me. Haze is cool. She was one of my main casters for a while. And I just, this fucking, prison break cat. I don't know much about her as, a character in lore, but she doesn't really have much. I've tried looking into it, and she just kind of exists. But, okay, I really like her, E2 art, because, it's a wanted poster, because she's an escaped fucking convict. But for her E1 art, one thing I want to call attention to, so she's wearing boots, and she's wearing thigh highs, and she's wearing tights. I cannot imagine how uncomfortable it is to wear thigh highs and tights at the same time. But yeah, she's very cool. Big fan of her. Let's see. I'm gonna skip Gitano. I don't really have a lot to say about Kitano. She just kind of is. She kind of falls into the same spot as Orchid, where it's like, I don't really like OLs, so I don't really have much to say about her. But Gravel. Gravel's whole thing is that, like, when one of your units dies, you can replay them after a minute, but there's a whole bunch of characters who you can replay immediately, as it says, like, fast redeploy. And I really like those characters, because I think they're a fun niche. So I like Gravel for that. And, like, within that niche, Gravel's own niche is that she has strong defense. Do they also have Snow and Tarmac if they have Gravel? No, they do not. I'm surprised they don't have a Yuki yet, actually. But, no. But, like, yeah, so Gravel is just, like, very useful in terms of gameplay, because it's, like, so sometimes you need a character to stand in front of a thing for, like, 2 or 3 seconds. And sometimes, like, she can actually, like, stand her own, but, like, sometimes you just need a character to be, like, a wall who is going to die. And she fills that role great, because, like, 10 seconds later you can replay her again. She's not my favorite fast redeploy character, but she's good. I also just, like, think her character is kind of neat. She used to be a slave, and then she wasn't. And she did that for herself. And then she left Poland, or Horse Poland, rather. And she's just kind of cool. Rope. I don't have much to say about Rope. I think she's cute. Good skins. This is very cute. And shout out Lancet 2 down there. Just like Lancet 2 going as a ghost. That's very good. This is a very good skin. Shaw. I wish I had reason to use Shaw. Because Shaw's whole thing is that she pushes enemies away from her, which in a tower defense game is very useful. But they're just characters who do her role better. But, like, before I had those characters, I used her a lot in a lot of maps. And she's just kind of cute. Like, she's this firefighter, squirrel. Or, actually, chipmunk, probably. It's just like, she's cute, she's cool. I like her. She's cool. I'm saying the word cool a lot in this stream. Shirayuki. So, Shirayuki is a ninja, and that's cool. She also uses a shuriken that's, like, almost as big as her. And that's really fucking cool. And she's just, like, actually a ninja. This is a really cool skin. And I use her a lot in gameplay, because her thing is... There are a lot of AoE characters, but most of them are casters. She's the only AoE sniper. Actually, I don't think she's the only AoE sniper, but, like, she's the best one, or the best, like, easily accessible one. So I use her a lot for that purpose. Because characters have, like, a cost to pay, and snipers are always cheaper than casters, so it's like, she's consistent in that way. She's also just cool. She's just this little mongoose ninja. Snow ninja. The snow thing is just for the skin. Nah, but she is a ninja. I don't have anything to say about Meteor. Meteor just kind of is. Jessica. Jessica is another Black Steel character like Vanilla. I like it when the cat girl has anxiety. I like it when the anime girl is relatable. That, like, a lot of people love Jessica because because she is just, like, this ball of anxiety. Like, the appeal for her is the same appeal for, like, Bernadetta from Three Houses, or, like, Ryamu, or Mikan. She's a disaster anime girl, except this time they gave her a gun. I do love this skin, though, because it's just, like, that joyful expression matched with her just cocking the gun is, like, this is a meme. This is a meme that someone made and managed to get into Arknights. Like, this is an image macro that people post on Twitter. There's also this skin, which is a lot less notable. There's also this, which sure is a skin, but no, Jessica is cool. I used her as my main sniper for a long time. And it was only, like, more recent... I don't even know if I can say more recently, because it's been, like, 8 to 10 months since that happened, but no. But, like, she did get eventually replaced, but I did have a lot of fun using her as my main sniper. Deep color! Is this our first A gear? I think this might be the first A gear we've talked about. Yeah, so... Deep color is so cool. I really like her. She's a painter. She's also, like, top fashion here. Like, these boots are so cute. This skirt is so good. This coat, this hat, her hair, this scarf. Like, this girl just has such good fashion. And you also have these, like, cute little squid charms in the bag. Like, this is just a really good girl. And I love her. And also, she's a squid. Her whole thing is that, like, she draws eldritch paintings. Don't look at her paintings too long. You will get a headache and maybe go a little insane. She, like... There is this, like... The way that magic happens in this universe is, like, this thing called originium, that, like, people have it in their blood. And and it's just, like, it's also, like, a mineral that's used for, like, fuel sources and stuff. She mixes originium into her paint. Imagine if there was someone who mixed, like, irradiated, like, plutonium dust into their paint. She's fucking insane, but she's also just, like, so cool. I love her so much. She's, like, probably one of my favorite characters. I don't use her a lot because her whole thing is summoning squid, like this little cute thing. And summoner characters in this game kind of suck, but she's so good. So I still love her, even though I don't use her. Like, she's so cool. Also, shout out this fucking human skeleton at the bottom here. Nothing in her lore explains that. Why does she have a skull? I probably don't care. I will forgive her. Deep color is so good. I don't have much to say about Earth Spirit or Doberman. But Estella? I don't talk about Arknights much. Mostly for me it's like Twitter and Discord. Estella, she's another crocodile. She punches people. She also has big horns. She's a cute girl. Also, there's a cute little bird. Why do a bunch of random high schools have skeletons lying around the science classrooms? I mean, in that case, it's like anatomy, and also they're usually plastic in my experience. Deep color just has a dead body. But yeah, no, Estella is cool. Don't have much to say about her, but I did want to spotlight her. Bee Hunter, Shura. She's a bear who punches people a bunch. And she looks like she should be voiced by Eri Kitamura, but she isn't. And, like, what is she doing with her legs? Like, that's a bit of a disaster, and it's like, she has, like, the fucking, like, brass knuckles with painted nails. She's such a weird character, and I love her for it. She's very cool. And then, also, she's just a bear that punches people. Before bad things happened, she made a living punching people. And then she went and decided to go punch people in a different way. And also, here is her wearing a bear kigurumi. Which definitely has odd... This has, like, odd implications on Arknights. That bears exist, and a bear kigurumi exist, and the bear folk of this universe wear bear kigurumis. It's really dumb, but I dig this. It's cute. It's silly, but it's cute. And she still has her brass knuckles. Punk lesbian vibes, yes. Like, yeah. Mouse. Mouse is just kind of cute. She's a French, she's a French girl, except she lives in the country that is simultaneously England, Scotland, Ireland, France, and Canada. Because those are definitely all countries that you should group together as one. And she's just cute. Like, she's just a cute cat girl. Cat girls are cute. And she has actual cats. And, like, she has this actual cats in lore. And characters are kind of like, what are these things that look like felines? Why do they have the same ears as cat people? And it's kind of like, I dig that. She's cute. Frostleaf. Frostleaf is so cool. I love Frostleaf so much, and I wish she was playable. Because she really is not playable. Like, Frostleaf is good for a lot of reasons. Like, she has good appearances in the story, but also her lore is really cool. Because it's this whole thing about being a child soldier, and how it just fucked her up. And, like, the term PTSD comes up in a lot of different characters' backstories, but I think it works really well here. Because after a point, it's like, for her, it's like, she just retires from combat because of her PTSD that makes her, like, unable to really keep fighting. And then it's like, she retires, then she goes on to just be, like, a person with interests, and her interests are, like, music, and, fashion. And, yes, this is a very fashionable design. So it's just, like, very cool in that regard. She is one of my favorite characters who is unplayable, and I wish she was playable. And also, look at this thing! This is so fucking cool. Like, the fucking fox, like, thing, the way she's holding the axe, like, Frostleaf is so cool. Frostleaf is so good. Frostleaf is, like, one of my favorite characters. Yeah, she's very good. Matoi Maru. I will gush less about her, but I do really like Matoi Maru. She has a really good design. I love how much hair she has. And I think this E2 art is really cool. Like, what a cool demon in the background. She's an Oni. And I like her just in terms of gameplay, because either she kills everything or she doesn't die, depending on which skill you're using. And her, like, a lot of her stuff is, like... Because one skill is just, like, it heals her a bunch. The other skill is her defense drops to 0 and her attack raises a ton. So, like, she really does just kill something or not die. And so I used her a lot before eventually replacing her with someone that's just, like, better. But I really like her. Like, I'm using a character more makes me more fond of them. Kura. Kura is cool. Once again, this feels like it should just be a meme. Like, pair this with the text, "I'm going to beat you to death," as, like, the top and bottom text. And you have a meme. And she has a fucking personalized baseball bat, too. Speaking of characters who don't die, Kura is, like, one of the toughest characters in the game. I don't use her a lot because I have, like, one of the other toughest characters in the game. She looks like she's playing a sport. She is a baseball fan. She likes baseball. So she has a baseball bat. And that's cool. I'm not much of a sports person, but, like, I think that's cool. Water? One sec. Yeah, Kura is just neat. I like her, but I don't use her. Gummy! Oh god, Gummy is so good. Gummy is one of my favorites. Like, Gummy is just one of my favorite characters outright. Because her backstory is tied into the backstory of several other characters, but the TLDR is that, a bad thing happened in an area, and, like, that's kind of what jumpstarts the story, and the story kind of goes from there. But she was going to school in that area when it happened. And, at that, like, the people who caused the thing to happen were like, we're gonna lock everyone in the school inside and just see what happens. Because we're evil and we want to see them starve to death. And a lot of people starve to death. And, like, she managed to survive with her friends, and cannibalism was had. And it's kind of like, it's a really fucked up backstory, and everything about her in her story is about that trauma that she got from this, like, horrifying incident, and, like, overcoming it. And, like, not only is she said to have PTSD, but we see it in action. We see that, like, her PTSD, like, has changed her in ways. Like, the one story that focuses on this is called Habits, and she has all these habits that are born from trauma. And, like, speaking as someone with trauma, like, yes, that does happen, and I like it as, like, representation of that, and it's like, I love her so much, and I want her to not have to, like, I want her to be happy. And you also have the frying pan and the door for a shield. That's tying into her backstory, because she was a Girl Scout, and that door comes from the school that she was locked in with her friends. And she insists on always having those with her. And it's just kind of like, yeah, those are items that are, like, they're coping mechanisms for her. And I just really love her a lot, and I could gush a lot about anyone in the, what is it? Ursa's Student Self-Governance Group. USSGG. Or USSG. I love them all a lot, and we'll talk about the others as, like, they come up, but, like, Gummy is, like, is probably my second favorite from the group. I just love her a lot. Like, I want to hug her and tell her everything is gonna be alright. And she also has this really good skin. Like, this is just a very cute skin. Gummy is very good. I don't have anything to say about Matterhorn. I don't have anything to say about Gray. Sasudo. I don't have anything to say about Sasudo. I do have something to say about Myrtle, and that's, like, every gacha game has a Joan of Arc. Like, Fate has Joan of Arc, Grand Blue Fantasy has Joan of Arc, Madoka has Joan of Arc, and it's like, every gacha game has Joan of Arc. This is Arknights' Joan of Arc. Because she has a lot of the iconography commonly associated with gacha game Joan of Arcs. She's also just, like, one of the best characters in the game, and I think she's neat for that. I only started using her more recently, but I think she's cool. I think she is neat. She's a character I like. Don't have much to say about Durnar. I know people who really like Durnar, but I don't have anything to say about her. Vermeil. Vermeil is very daughter. She's this wild child. She's like, she was found out in the forest, living on her own, and then she was just taken in, and like, yeah, she's probably traumatized too. That might even be outright said, but it's like, she's very cool. Like, Wolf Fox. I believe she's a fox. It probably says somewhere around here. So, Volpa. Okay, she's a fox. Yeah, so, you know, she's just a cool fox like that. I think she's neat, but I've never used her in gameplay. I haven't read a lot of fic about her, so I don't really have a lot to say about her. I just think she's cute. I think she's, like, good. I like her. Don't have anything to say about Ethan. May is cute. Was this game setting inspired by Mortal Engines? I don't know what Mortal Engines is. So, like, I really like May because, like, I like mystery stories, and her thing as being, like, is, like, she wants to be a detective. And she's doing her best. And, you know, her best might not be enough, but she's trying. She's definitely trying. And also, like, because her E2 art gives us these fucking, ducks with, detective, like, Sherlock Holmes hats. Very good stuff there. Yeah, May's cool. Ambriel! So here's another angel. Big fan of Ambriel. Ambriel's gimmick is really fun in terms of gameplay. Because, like, snipers typically have the longest range of any characters. And Ambriel has, I'm pretty sure, at worst, she has the longest range of any character in the game. But also, her, like, she has a skill that makes her range temporarily global. So she's just really, like, she's not always useful. She has some downsides that, like, kind of make her a bit weak. But she can be very useful at times, and I really like her for that. And this is, like, she's a very novel character. And also, like, the wings and the halo and the pink hair and the design, like, she's just really cool. I like her a lot. Like, Sidetail, too. Like, she's just a good girl. Pure Stream. Dolphin Girl. She's an A-gear. I have to, you know, like, I feel like I am kind of obligated to love any A-gear in this game, which isn't hard for me. The, like, A-gear are cool, and this girl is a dolphin. And her whole thing is ecology, because she was made for an event, for like a charity event tied into some words, some Korean organization, like, I can't remember which one, but, like, it was just, like, donate this, and some of your money, like, half your money will go to saving the environment, and it's just, like, cool, okay. That's a good purpose, please save the environment. And, Pure Stream is just cute. She's not useful, but she's cute. Don't have much to say about Utage. I do think she's neat. Good night, Anime Omelet. Yeah, Utage is neat. I don't have much to say about Conviction. Conviction's whole thing is, like... Conviction was added during an April Fool's event that just, like... At least in English, it was just, log in, you will get Conviction. And, like, I think like, Conviction has a very cool design. Like, Conviction looks cool, it's a good dress and stuff. But I do kind of feel better, because, like, Conviction is the only non-binary character in the entire game, and that happened for the April Fool's character. And Conviction might not even be a canon character, like, we don't even know. But it's, like, it's a really good design. Especially, like, in the E2 art, like, that dress is very cute, and, like, the arm things and stuff. It's, like, if Conviction was a serious character, I would just love this so much. But, unfortunately, that's not the case. Cutter. Cutter is cool. She's a fox girl. I know people who like Cutter a lot. I think she's fine. But she's cute. And I just want to show off her design. Because she's cute. Don't have anything to say about Podenko. Do I have anything to say about Click? Sure. Click is cute. I really like her E2 art because it's very simple. Like, this is a very, like, basic art. She's a ferret. And she has a camera. And she uses that camera to record footage for her YouTube channel. Which is a thing she actually has. And there being, like, a YouTuber rat, or a YouTuber ferret character is kind of, like, that's a neat design. Like, that's creative. I like it. Click is neat. Sort of like a character that gets memed on a bunch for being a YouTuber. But, like, I like her. Don't have anything to say about Jay. Don't have anything to say about Acid Drop. I do have something to say about Arene. Arene is such a fuckboy. This guy looks like an asshole. Like, I want to fucking slap this guy. But at the same time, he looks like a Hoseki no Kuni character. And any association you build, like, with a Hoseki no Kuni is, like, good. Like, I like this guy's design. This guy's design is great. He looks like a Hoseki no Kuni character, but he's also an angel with black wings. Like, 10 out of 10 design. I'm pretty sure as far as designs go, he is my favorite boy in Arknights. He also has, like, acid, and he has this mace, and it's like, yeah, you hit it out of the park. And then he has this skin, which just makes him look like an asshole. Like, it removes all of the strengths of him, and just kind of, like, it's just kind of street fashion. But then it's like this. Like, this is a Hoseki no Kuni character design. And, like, that just makes me fond of it. Yeah, he has a mace. It's very cool. And he's an angel. So yeah, Arene, very cool. Bubble. Bubble is a rhino girl. She's cute. This is another one where I'm just showing off the design because I think she's cute. I do like her lore. I think her being friends with Bubble, not Bubble, with KOB is good. But I think I might just end up talking about that more when I get to KOB, because it's, like, mostly, like, I like KOB, and I like that, like, Bubble would be friends with her. She's very cute, though. Don't have anything to say about Jackie. Jackie was added kind of recently, so I don't know much about her. Don't know much about Pinecone either. Like, I'm going chronologically, which is why I'm starting at the top and going this way, but, so I don't know much about, Jackie, Pinecone, or Indigo. But Beanstalk is cool. Beanstalk's gameplay is so weird. Because her whole thing is that, like, she's a Vanguard, and Vanguards are always a melee class, except she has a crossbow, because she's a ranged Vanguard. And she makes up for it by having these crabs. And, she has, like, crabs that she can deploy on melee tiles. And her skills one of her skills ties into the crabs, and it's like, that is such a cool design! I'm really glad that they did something as weird as like, her whole thing, her kit. Because, like, I really like this. I haven't used her much yet, but that's because I only rolled her in the most recent, like, event. And I'm still leveling her. But very good design here. IMO. Big fan. And then that's it for 4 stars. And 5 stars, I don't have anything to say about Savage. But Texas. Texas is so good. She's definitely one of my favorite characters. I love her lore. I love, like, her storylines. I love her relationships to other characters. I think she should kiss Lapland. Like, she's just great. I also think she should kiss Exuasai. And I think she should kiss Mostima and Croissant and Sora. Like, she just has a lot of really good ships, and I love her for it. She's also just, like, this, like, cold, introverted, like, girl is definitely, like, a kind of, like, design, idea I really like. So she's cool for that. Her gameplay is neat, but I don't find a lot of reasons to use her, because usually I have someone better, but, like, once you start getting into 5 stars, it's like, they might have a skill that's, like, niche, but I'll use it, like, every so often, and so it's like, I use her, like, maybe once a month, but I'm glad I have her at when that happens. And here's a skin, and here's a better skin. I regret not buying this skin when she first came out, because it's good. Just, like, girl hot. Zima! Sonya. I love Zima. She's one of Gummy's group. She's one of the USSG, and she was one of the other people locked in the school with Gummy. And that's, like, what her backstory is. But, like, whereas, like, Gummy was just one of the victims, Zima, like, became the leader of the people locked inside the school. And so that ties into her backstory a bunch, that, like, she had to kill people at times, because if she didn't, worse things would have happened. Like, she had to make a lot of hard choices, and that did its damage to her, because you don't, like, these kids were in middle school when that happened to them. And you have this middle school having to make the judgment call that this person needs to die, because if they don't die, then like, bad things could happen to our group. So she's another one where her story is that she has a lot of bad PTSD. and, like, we see that she has nightmares over what she did, and, like, it's such a tragic backstory, and, again, I just want to hug her and tell her things will be alright, because she's good, and I really like her. I still use her a lot in my gameplay. Like, I use her regularly because she has good skills, she has good stats, she is just a very solid, like, game piece. Also, this is a very good skin, and so is this. I really like Zima. Okay, so this is the case where I don't even know if I can say the name out loud. Tilopsis? Pilopsis? Tilopsis? I don't think there's a right way to say this word. But, here is an owl. I really like her. I think she should kiss, Silence, who I'll probably be talking about soon. I don't use her in terms of gameplay, but, like, she is tied to some of my favorite stuff in lore. Similar to how, like, I don't use Gummy, but she's one of my favorite characters. I just love, whatever her name is. And she has really good art, too, and this really comfy skin. Like, great outfit here. I just really like this. She also, like... she's very, like, autistic in a way I, like, resonate with. She talks weird. She's just kind of, like, fucky. Like, I like her. She's very good. So speaking of Silence, here she is. I think, so speaking of characters kissing other characters, Silence should kiss, well, whatever her name is, and also should kiss, Saria. We'll get to Saria later. Silence is, like, maybe a top 5 character for me. I think she is just so cool. Like, her lore is being a doctor and a researcher, and being involved in experiments where that led to a bad thing happening. I believe it's called the Demon Flame Incident? And we don't know what the Demon Flame Incident is yet, but we do know it ruined her relationship with her ex-wife, and it involved their daughter. And I think she's she is, like, I think the second closest that we have to a confirmed gay character. Like, we have Scavenger, who is just the only confirmed homosexual in Arknights. But, like, there is an anthology manga for this, like, an official anthology, where their daughter, Ifrit, like, Silence and Saria's daughter, Ifrit, is basically like, I'm so glad that I have 2 moms. Which is, like, you're not being subtle at that point, and I really love it. And she's just, I love this owl so much. And I love that she just has an arm with feathers. And I love this skin, and it's like, I love Olivia Silence so much. Just, one of my favorite characters. Very, very, very good. Coming down from that a bit, Warfarin. Warfarin is a vampire who runs a blood clinic, which is a hilarious idea. And she's cute. I really like her design. I love the fucking blood wings that she has. Like, that's sick. Like, holy hell. Like, I never leveled her. She doesn't have a ton of lore, but I wish she had more in-game. Like, I wish that, like, there was more to her, so I could just be like, yes, you are one of my favorite characters, but she just doesn't. Like, she just has this sick-as-hell design. And also, like, this skin, This skin is also very cool. But again, I just don't have reason to use her, unfortunately. Amiya. Ah, okay. Interesting. So, Amiya. Amiya is, like, the main character of Arknights, because the story just kind of revolves around her. She's the leader of Rhodes Island. She's super powerful and special. She's a child soldier. Like, she's just kind of the center of a lot of things. I like her, but, like, the main story is not my favorite part of things, so she's not super endeared to me, but she's cute. And I like how, like, in, her E2 art, it's just, like, she's about to throw down for a rap battle. But you also have, this, like, with her with a Vespa, Paper Girl. This is very cute. Like, she's the main character, so of course she has a bunch of skins. And it's just, like, I like Amiya, but I don't like her too. Like, there is, like, a limit of how much I like her. She is voiced by Tomio Kurosawa, though. And, like, getting a character to be voiced by Moyo is definitely a great place to start, because Moyo is a great VA. Moyo is the person who did, Kumiko and Foss, I think, are her two most notable roles. But she's done a lot. She's just very good. Nightmare. I hope my enthusiasm died, like, dying while I said that was a, like, came across. Nightmare is a character I don't know how to say things about her. She's the token plural character. And it's bad. It's really bad. I want to like her, but it's really bad. I've seen, like, some people use her in fanfic, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just, her actual lore is really bad. So if someone is doing a good thing with Nightmare, it's usually because they're ignoring her actual lore and, like, doing something different. And it's just like, I like her design. I want to like her. Like, her gameplay is neat. She can be a healer or a caster, depending on what skills you choose. But Laura's so bad. Like, this design is so good. If only she was a good character. I don't know. One of the pains of being plural is that all plural representation sucks. And you just kind of get used to it. Don't have anything to say about Skyfire, but, Red. I hate that her name is Project Red, because it was not that way in Chinese. That was definitely something that they came up with for the translation. But no, Red is really cool. Like, she has this big overcoat, and she has all these knives that she's gonna stab you with, and it's like, she's an assassin. She's also a fast redeploy character, similar, like, I like her more than Gravel, because she has an AoE stun that she has whenever you replay her. That's really good. And she has this wolf friend, and, I just really like Red. She's definitely, like, one of my favorite characters. I've read a lot of good fanfic about her. I never noticed that her hood says Project Red on it. So I guess, like, the translation choosing to go that way isn't out of nowhere, but it definitely wasn't that way in Chinese. And here is... I have seen so much fan art and memes about this skin, because the internet has gone insane for fishing memes, and then you just give this girl a fishing pole, and the internet went feral for it. She is just the fishing girl now. Like, it's slowly dying off because it's been, like, several weeks since that event started, but, like, there was a lot there. Yeah, no, I really like Red. She's one of my favorite characters. Manticore! Manticore is a manticore, similar to Durin being a Durin. And she's an assassin. And she also is, like, her design pulls a lot from scorpions, except, like, she is a manticore, which, like, manticores have scorpion tails. And also the wings over here. It's like, she has a really cool design. I do like her. I just don't, like, she's a weird character. She doesn't block enemies, but she does deal them damage. It's kind of like, she's weird to use. I like her, I just don't use her. And I haven't really found anything about her story to really latch onto either. It's good. Cliffheart. Cliffheart is another character I don't like because of an association with the... She is, like, I like her, but the fact that she's associated with the same character that Courier is associated with is kind of like, I would like you more if that wasn't the case. But, like, no, I clicked on the wrong thing. But, like, she's very cute. Like, this is another girl who should be voiced by Eriki Tamura. She just, like, she's a snow leopard. She's very cute. I like her. I just, if not for her brother, I would like her more. Feater. Theater? It's a pun on Iron Eater. Because it's Phi, as in, like, Fe, which is iron on the periodic table, and Eater. Metal Eater. Like, Iron Eater. She's, like, she's a retired movie star who's, like, in her 40s and still, like, kicks ass with these massive gauntlets. And it's, like, she's very hands-on and, like, she's so cool. And she's also a panda. Being a panda is cool. I really like her. She doesn't have a lot to her, background. I do like that the skin makes her a little chubby. Like, it should be more, but, like, because this is definitely a girl who can and should be a little chubby, but, like, she's good. I'm a fan of her. Her backstory is really minimal, and I kind of wish she would appear in, like, an event or something. But as is, I just really like her. I don't have much to say about Province, but Blue Poison. Blue Poison isn't an Aegir, but she's very close to one. She's a poisonous frog. She tends to be associated with Aegir a lot. I think she's neat. Like, the more associated with Aegir you are, the more I'll like you. But she's, like, a very cute poisonous frog girl. And also she has one of the best skins in Arknights. Like, this is just so cute! This is so good! This is incredible! 10 out of 10! Like, you got it right. This is perfect. You cannot do better than this. Like, it's just so good. Like, Blue Poison is cool. I don't have much to say about Firewatch. I don't have much to say about Meteorite. I do have something to say about, Platinum. Weird that Platinum doesn't have a voice actress. Wonder what's up with that. So she's a horse. She has a bit of a chess theme for some reason. Her gimmick in terms of gameplay is that one of her skills makes her range really long. And also, like, the longer she goes without attacking, the more damage she will do. So it's like, she's definitely, like, has an interesting role in gameplay, and I really like using her a lot. She's still one of my main snipers. And she just has, like, a cool design. Like, this is a cute girl. Like, she's kind of hot. Like, yeah. And then there's also this skin. I'm not, like, compared to other skins in the game, I'm not super into this one, but, like, it's still cute. It's good. Praemonix. Praminix is also cute, though, once again, her association with her brother kind of is eh. But, like, I like her sister, too. They're both good. Like, if not for their brother, I would like them a lot more. Like, this is a very cute skin. Like, Praminix is good. I probably should just give her more credit and ignore her brother. Istina. So Istina is she's wow, I'm saying I'm a lot. She's Zima's girlfriend. She also went to the same school as her and Gummy. She's also traumatized. She's traumatized because one of the people that Zima had to kill was her best friend. And now she has a doll with the same name as that friend that she talks to sometimes, and it's really, really sad. I like her a lot because I like all of the USSG a lot. Like, any of them are guaranteed to be, like, towards the top of my favorite characters list. She's just really good. I like her a lot. She deserves the world. She's also, like, a bit of a nerd. I like the monocle. Like, the monocle is, like, being something that, like, she actually uses is a good touch. One sec. I really like her. I have less to say about her compared to, Gummy and Zima. But I do, like... I like anyone in the USSG. They are a good group. I really like them. Also, I really like this skin. This is just comfy. I want to, like, live this life. Like, the slice of life portrayed in this thing is just, like, cool. Like, just being cute, reading, living in a room that has a massive wheel in the center. You know, all cool things. Mayor. Mayor isn't an A gear, but, like, you know, she kind of is. She's an otter. And that makes her an entity, I believe. But, she has robot otters that she creates because, she works in a lab and does that. And she's just kind of neat. She's cute. Good design. She has the same problem as Deep Color. That, like, summoners suck in this game. She just isn't good. But, like, she's cute. Oh, yeah, also, Chiwa Saito, VA. Wait, fuck. Yeah, Chiwa Saito VA. I did not know to click no, do that. Chiwa Saito VA. Yeah. Moving on. Sora! Sora is so good. Sora is, like, a character who I like more for her... Like, I don't have Sora. I only realized that today when a friend rolled her. That, like, Sora is just cool. She's a unique character in that, like, she's not a medic, but she heals and doesn't deal damage. She also just has a cute design. She's an idol. I like idols. Like, I'm an idol fan. So her being an idol is cool. Like, she also uses... She looks like she's probably, like, a wolf or a fox or a bunny. But we don't know what she is because she uses an illusion to hide her real face. This is cool. And I just really like her. And, like, the group she's in, Penguin Logistics, like, same group as Texas, same group as a bunch of other characters. I just really love the Penguin Logistics group a ton. They're just a really fun group of characters. Franca. Franca is another Black Steel character. This one is just a really, like, fucky prankster lesbian. She likes to cause problems on purpose, especially with her girlfriend. And I like that. And she also has a sword. That's cool. Not a lot to say about her. But I like her. I think I like her more than Liskarm, who is her girlfriend. But that's because I like her chaotic energy. Spectre! Spectre! Obligatory Artemis of the Deep joke? Artemis is, people like to make Artemis jokes about Spectre. Because Spectre is a shark. I like the rapier, those are cool. Yeah. That was really good. But yeah, so Spectre is a shark. She's also a nun with a buzzsaw axe. And that's a really fucking cool thing to do. She kind of just has her ass out. Which, like, it's tight. Like, they could have done better for that, but, like, it's a cool design. I like it. I also like that she's just, like, kind of nuts. You know, she's just a little insane, and that's relatable these days. She also just has, like, this thing, which, like, all of the text in this thing is really fucking wild. The ocean, strife, looking for a weak balance. Contention, asking for some violence. All the seas are singing your name. Immortal. And then there's just a skeleton in this case. There's some coral. There's this really good design. The straps are really Artemis core. Yeah, like, I get where the jokes come from. It's just like, I really like her. I just realized I slid off the screen for a bit there. Oops. But yeah, no, Spectre is so cool. Spectre is like, I regularly use Spectre because she does AoE damage, and also she has a self-heal, so she can just do so much on her own. She's very strong. Indra. I don't have a lot to say about Indra. I like the cute little tiger. It's a cute tiger. Lapland! Lapland is so good. Lapland is another one of my favorite characters. She definitely... She wants to kiss Texas as much as I want her to kiss Texas. Fuck, I keep falling off of... YouTube Studio. Okay, there. So yeah, she's kind of insane. She's, like, fucking wild. She has severe rock cancer. And, like, Lapland is one of the most popular characters in the game. I'm not, like, saying new things about her here. Like, she's one of the most popular characters in the game, but she's popular for a reason, because she's really fucking cool, and I love her. And, like, she has, like, skills that like, mention, Texas by name, and it's like, Texas has skills that mention her by name. These two are, like, you're supposed to look at these two and think they should kiss. And they should kiss. Because Lapland and Texas are just so good. I love them so much. But, we'll get to XUSI in the 6 stars, but she also has a part to play in all that. I also like this skin a bunch for Lapland. Like, it's a lot more elegant than the, like, feral wolf look she has in here, where it's like, yeah, she actually, like, combed her hair out, is wearing nice clothes, decapitated some statues, probably killed a person in the background, but, you know, she looks cool. I forgive her. Nerol. Nerol is cool. Healing Night Lady, lesbian. She has some cool vibes. We'll get to those in the 6 stars, but, I like Nerol for being just this, like, she's a paladin who heals people, and that's a really cool archetype. She's, like, very selfless, and, like, I don't know, I like her. She's a very simple character, but I think that works, especially compared to, her wives. And also, this fucking design. This fucking design is so cool. A lesson to this skin, I don't think it really fits her that much. That's that's also a problem with Shining, one of her wives. Is that I just like don't really think it fits. It's not really great for her. Liskarm. I mentioned Liskarm while talking about Franca. I don't really have much to say there anymore. Like, I already said that. Vulcan. Vulcan is good. Vulcan is another one of those characters who's just, like, unkillable. Just because she has a lot of health and defense and stuff. She also has a prosthetic leg. One of a few characters who, like, have prosthetics in this game. I think that's neat. Personally, I think that they're not... I think that her designer is a coward for not giving her thigh height on the prosthetic leg. I also think that it's cool that her shield, like, holds her weapons. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, no, it's definitely neat. I think she's cool. I really like her. I'll bring her up again in relation to KOB. Croissant. I really like... Croissant is another Penguin Logistics character, which helps. I also just think she's neat. I mean, I think all the Penguin Logistics characters are neat. I think she might be my least favorite Penguin Logistics character. But, like, she's still really cool. She has a great design. This skin is really dissonant. It has a totally different energy than her E1 or her E2 art. It's a lot more feminine. Like, she's very tomboyish, but it feels like the way she's leaning over here to, like, emphasize her breasts is like, And Arknights did a KFC skin collab at some point. So here's that. Thinking about KFC in relation to the world of Arknights, where there are bird people, is a little messed up, but it's probably not canon anyway. Granny. Cop. She's just a cop. But, I don't know. Like, her thing is, like, she's a Canadian mounted police joke. And that's where, like, Victoria being part Canadian comes from. I think she has a neat character because like she did treasure hunting at one point. And that's neat, and that's kind of all she has. I think it's a neat design. I don't know what's up with, like, those things on the side of her legs. But I don't have a ton of attachment to her. Swire is a cop. I'll complain about Swire when we get to Chen. Glaucus. Another A gear. This one is a sea slug. Shout out to all the sea slug VTubers out there. I can't remember if there's actually that many or if it's just biased towards my mutuals, but she's a sea slug and that's cool. Big fan of her. Also, this design is really cool because it's like she's fighting zombies in a Yu-Gi-Oh! Like in like there's a motorcycle in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds that looks like this. She should be playing Yu-Gi-Oh! On this thing, not killing zombies. And the fact that I am saying sentences like that is wild. But it is just kind of like really fucking cool art. Glaucus is neat. Don't have a lot to say about her, but I like her. Ceylon! Ceylon is a character who, like, I'm, like, kind of into the story she was relevant to. I like her design. Like, I think she was one of the better characters from that story. But one thing I love, that's a Star of David. For some reason, Judaism is canon in Arknights. And that's not a complaint. It's like, I've mentioned it before, I'm Jewish. So it's just like, there being, like, there are other characters who have, there's one other character who has a Star of David. I skipped her, because I don't like her, but like, Ceylon is cool. And I think she's cute. Very, very good design. And I just like that, like, I like that she's Jewish. That's a neat touch. It kind of fucked me over when I first learned that. That it was just like, wait, Judaism is real in Arknights? But apparently it is. Asteria. I don't have a lot to say about her, but holy shit, she looks so cool. She has, like, this time astrolabe. She has this rapier. She has this super cool fucking dress. She looks fantastic. Like, she's top tier design. I know nothing about her character, but I absolutely love her. She is so cool. She is great. She's an astronomer too. That's why she has the astrolabe. And I just think this art is very cool. Like, she has very cool aesthetic, even if her character doesn't really crab me in any way. I'm gonna skip Flamebringer and skip Executor and skip Breeze and move on to Waifu. That's her name. They really called her that. She's cool. She's voiced by Yuko Bayashi, but personally, if I was gonna pick a late 2000s Shaft voice actress to play her, it would have been Eri Kitamura, because she's very, like, if Karen Araragi went to college, she would be Waifu. And I hate that I keep having to say that out loud, but, like, yeah, that, like, she would be if that, like, and so it's just, like, she's really cool, great design, one of the few, like, anthropomorphic, girls in Arknights. Most of them are more, like, are just, like, more human. But, I don't use her much because, I have Red, and that kind of, like, Red is better than her in my experience, but she's cool. Bison. I don't have much to say about Bison other than, like, he is associated with Penguin Logistics because the event that introduced him focused on Penguin Logistics, and it's one of my favorite events in the game. And so, like, he played a big part in that story, and I like him for that. But otherwise, I don't really, like, there's not much that, like, really, gets to me about him. Like, he just kind of is. There's not a lot that, like, really stands out to me about that design. Reed. Dragon Girl with a lance, and she's cute. Like, she's hot. Like, she's very good. I really like her. I don't know much about her lore, but apparently she's gonna play a big part in, like, upcoming, like, main story stuff. So that's gonna be interesting. She's really cool. I haven't really had a reason to use her because I have better characters. Gonna skip Broca. Greythroat is a racist. Snow Sand, I don't have much to say about her. Can you wiggle and then wink? Sure. Okay, there we go. Yeah, sure. I did my best. Snow Sand. She's cute. Apparently she's, like, actually really bad in terms of design. Shit. Okay, there we go. Apparently she's, like, actually really bad, but, she's cute. I like her. The like net gun is a cool thing. Lazy. Lazy. This is just a cool design. Like, this looks sick. This is just like, she looks really cool. Like, there's a lot of people who simp for her, but her design and backstory doesn't really do it for me, and I don't, like, fully get the appeal, but, like, she's cool. She looks cool. That's kind of it. Babeek. I don't get the appeal of Babeek, but apparently she's, like, one of the strongest characters in the game, or, like, super important for high-level content or something, so I don't know. I don't do high-level content in this game. That's not really, like, why I play Arknights. She's cute. Not really something I'm into. Sesa, skipping him. Shamare. Shamare is just, like, she's just kind of, like, a child. She has a tragic backstory. I never noticed how bad her design was until I saw people talking about it, but it's so bad. It's like, I saw people just being like, she has the worst design in the game, and I'm like, wait, why? Oh, it's not pink fabric, it's fucking see-through. And that's just, like, really, like, weird. And, like, this is cool. But, like, why was her designer like that? Sideroka. Sideroka is neat. Sort of just a bull girl with a massive sword. Skipping Elysium. Asbestos. She's a salamander? She's a salamander explorer girl who, like, apparently just, like, has a terrible personality. I never got super into her. I think she's neat. I like the heterochromia. There's a few other characters with heterochromia, but I think, like, as far as that goes, like, I think it's best for her. But I don't have much to say. Tsukinogi. I've never used Tsukinogi, I will never use Tsukinogi, but boy do I wish I had a reason to use Tsukinogi, because this is such a cool design. Like, this is so cool. I wish I had a reason to use her. So, Absinthe, or Zoya. The thing about her is that, like, her lore is tied to the USSG, but basically her thing is that, like, she was in the same city at the time that the stuff with the USSG happened, and, like, a lot of horrible stuff was happening, so, like, she's traumatized from that. And we sort of see bits and pieces of that. I just, like, her not actually being connected to the USSG kind of makes me lose interest, because I don't know, that group in particular is what I really like. Also, in her E2 art, her cop bear dad shows up. Just one hell of a set of words. Skipping Leonhardt, skipping Irescape. Fulanic, I see a lot of people talking about Fulanic. I think she first showed up in an event I skipped, because I just don't get it. I just, like, the appeal of her is kind of lost on me. Beeswax. Beeswax is another character where it's like, I see a lot of people talking about her and I don't really get it. But, like, she's cute. I do think her backstory, like, has something there. I think it's, like, it's more of, like, setting up a possible story. And I think that story, like, got expanded on later, so it's like, if I like how it gets expanded upon, like, I might like her more, but, like, I don't know, she's cute. I think she and Frostleaf would be friends, because, skipping chase. Scene! Nonverbal sloth girl. With a camera. I always kind of confuse her with a Click, because they're both camera-based, but one's a YouTuber and one's a photographer. But I think she's cute. I like her. Don't use her much, but I like her. Andriana. So here's another A gear. She's a squid person. I believe she's based on a squid or something, or maybe like an octopus. She's also a sniper. And, like, her being a sniper is a very important thing because it's a lore point in Arknights that, like, to use guns at all, you need to have some amount of magical ability, because that's just how guns work. And that includes crossbows. But to use long barrel guns, you need to be a Sancta, which are the species of angels. But here she is using a sniper rifle. And, like, I believe the lore justification for why she's able to use this thing is that she modified a crossbow to be a sniper rifle. Which is such a weird thing, but I love it. She's such a, like, cool character. And apparently she's, like, a player, not a player, but, like, a part of a upcoming story, and I think that's neat. And I'm looking forward to that. Also, you should not do that if you're wearing a mask. Do not take her advice. Tomimi! I really love Tomimi. She's a good girl. Maybe not the best E2 art, but Tomimi is a very good girl. Her whole thing is that she's in love with Gavial. She's also a very gay character. She is so in love with Gavial that she took a rocket launcher and shot down a plane Gavial was in order to start a convoluted plot where she would beat Gavial in a fight and then propose to her in marriage. And that is only partially editorialized. Tomimi is very good. And I really like her, like, very big tail. Haven't found a use for her in gameplay yet, just because, like, I always have better casters, but, like, I really like her. Also, this design, just dropped something. Where did it go? Did it okay, there it is. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, Tomimi in the wedding dress for her marriage to Gavial. I don't ship, I shipped Tomimi with Gavial. I don't ship Gavial with Tomimi. I think it's better as, like, Tomimi is just, unrequitedly in love with, Gavial. Because I'm a sucker for that kind of tragedy. But I do think she's very good. Flint. Flint is a bit of a clusterfuck. She's a hummingbird. And she, in her first art, she has, like, Nazca lines. But I believe, like, something about her ties her to, like, Southeast Asia, I saw. And it's just kind of, like, kind of ties into this whole thing about this one area in the game being kind of, like, a whole bunch of different things that don't really correlate. But, like, she's cute. One of the few dark-skinned characters in the game, which is, you know, there should be more, but I appreciate her. She's cool. Mint. Apparently Mint is good. Cute wind cat girl. Don't... She's cute. Wait, fuck. Okay. April. Cute bunny girl. And that's all I have to say about her. This is like Mad Max. This skin has Mad Max vibes, which I kind of dig. Whizlash. So this is Neryl's cousin, and she also ties into another character because Neryl's sister is in this game. I think Whizlash is cool, even if her E2 art kind of sucks. She's an aunt, and like she kind of leads into that, and like I like her for it. She's cool. I want to find use for her in gameplay because her gameplay seems really fun. Whisperain! Whisperain is so good. I love Whisperain's art so much. Not her art. Like, her art is kind of mid. But, like, jellyfish. She's a jellyfish girl. She's also immortal. And, like, her whole thing is that she doesn't die, but when she would die, it's like the person who is Whisperain in that moment dies, and then, like, she gets amnesia and just moves on with her life, because, like, she dies and is reborn again. She's kind of a phoenix if phoenixes were jellyfish, and jellyfish are phoenixes. And she's immortal, and I like that, because I think it's, like, a very neat kind of thing to do. She's also a medic, she's also a maid. This skin isn't that different from her, like, base, outfit, but I like it. I just really love her. Whisperain is so cool. Like, she's just very, very good. I like the jellyfish. Kafka! Oh, fucky, like, what's the word? Just like, I think she's a crow? Fucky crow girl with a Rubik's Cube and a giant pair of scissors. Just, like, a weird design. I dig her. I wasn't super into the story of Mansfield Break, which happened a couple months ago, but, like, I think she has a good design in spite of that. Also from Mansfield Break is, Robin. I know a lot of people who really love Robin. I don't get her. Like, maybe if I had played through Mansfield, I would like her. But I don't know. I never found a reason to like her. I do like that, like, she has these, like, raccoon hands. Like, that's a very good detail. Raccoon girl hands are very fun. Very good. Iris. Now we're getting into recent characters. I don't really know them as much. Apparently she's an Alice in Wonderland reference. So I don't really know, but I don't really know what's her deal outside of that. Really bad upskirt. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 8 layers of skirt. Without actually seeing anything. I don't know, she's probably fine. I don't know much about her. Tuye. Tuye is probably cool. The problem with she was added in a certain event that, like, she has no story attached to her. And she's new enough that, like, there isn't any fanfic for her or anything like that. So it's just kind of like, I don't know what her deal is. She's kind of cute. I kind of like her design. But I'm not really that... Like, I don't know that much about what she's like. Being a camel is cool. Yeah. Lava the Purgatory. So I talked about Lava earlier, and I mentioned that she has an alternate skin. And that's this. And it's just a very cool design. Like, there's a lot going on here. And I just, like, it's kind of like her edginess is kind of like come full circle anyway, and she is just actually that fucking cool. And I really love the event she's attached to. It's technically still running. It's gonna end in like a day or something. But I think she's really cool. I think she's really like neat. I like her story. I like how I really like Lava. She's very good. There's another operator who's tied to her event that I'll probably bring up later. Because she's like more tied to it. So I'll talk about the event then. But Lava is so cool. Mr. Nothing. So Mr. Nothing is like, I thought I would hate him, but the Who Is Real event is just so good that I liked him despite himself. Like, he's an asshole, he's awful, but I love him. He's really cool. I don't use him, like, the event he's from is still running. I haven't had time to use him. Same for Lava, but, like, I like him as a character. He definitely won me over by the end. So I think, like, he's cool. Yeah. Then there's Rainbow Six crossovers that I'm going to ignore. And this is characters who aren't available in English yet. Toady Fawns, who has a ballista launcher and is a dragon, which is a really cool combination of traits. I might roll for her when she comes to the English version. She is really cool. But, like, she's not in English yet, so I don't know what to say about her. Heavy Rain. Also not in English yet. Less cool design. Like, she's a zebra. That's neat. But Akafuyu! Okay, so Akafuyu also isn't in English yet. But I fucking love Akafuyu because she's a Japanese spider crab. And Japanese spider crabs are so cool. And she's a samurai. And, like, man, this is, like, so cool. I am, like, we just ended an event. We're in the process of ending an event. And so it's, like, I have, like, I spent all of the saved rolls I had on that event because it had 2 6-stars I wanted. But following that, like, this character, who's gonna come out in, like, 4 or 5 months, probably, is who I am saving for. There's no one I really want between now and her. And I really want her because she's so cool. Because she's a Japanese spider crab who is a samurai. That is the coolest thing. This is so fucking cool. I love her. She's very good. Kirara? I don't know what Kirara's thing is, but she's an 8-year. And she has a cool design. So I like her. Like, once she comes to the English version, I will probably like her. But I already like her. Like, this art is so sick. And Benna. Benna reminds me of Marulk from Main Abyss. Also, I still don't know what her, like, lore is. So it's kind of like, I don't know what's going on in this E2 art. Does she have a sister? Does she have a clone? Is this metaphorical? I'm not sure. But she's cute. La Pluma. La Pluma. This event is still running in the Chinese server. So it's like, she is a very recent character. But holy shit, is she so cool. She is so, like, look, if you give any character a scythe, I will think that they are the fucking coolest thing. Because scythes are just fucking cool like that. Like, you don't go wrong with scythes. She is just cool. I just really like her. I don't know anything about her because she's a really recent character, so I haven't seen people talk about her much, but God, she looks cool. And then the last 5-star is this fucker. Okay. Moving on. Okay, Chien is a fascist. Siege. Siege is cool. I think her design is like this, like this like lion punk is nice. This is a great skin. Like, she's another character who's probably going to be involved in future story stuff. I just don't really know how, and like, I only have so much tied to her story. I don't really know a lot about it. But she looks really cool, and she's a 6-star I got fairly early on, so I've been using her for a while at this point. Shining, Neural's wife. She's a demon who's, like, similar to Gavial. She's a healer who can beat the shit out of people if she wants to. But because she's religious, she usually doesn't want to. And like Neural, she has E2 art that sucks. I hate this skin. It just, like, this looks so cool. This just looks like an awful attempt at, like, this is a 90s, like, fantasy novel that's attempting to appeal to, like, 13-year-olds. Whereas this is just awesome. Like, maybe this is also, like, 90s fantasy badass, but, like, no, this is just cool. I just really like this. Like, Shining is just cool. I also, like, she is my main medic in this game. I mostly use her. My second medic is, her and Neural's wife. Nightingale, who I really like. Nightingale is, like, I really like her gameplay a lot. I kind of like her characterization. She hasn't showed up in a lot of story yet, which is, like, kind of the way that Arknights does its story, is that, like, a lot of characters don't get characterization, so we don't get to see a lot of them, at first. But I do think she's very cool. I do, really like her. It's, like, yeah. And, like, the whole birdcage aesthetic has into her story and stuff, and this thing, is cool. Also, what is that board in the background? I never looked at, like, skins this closely. And they are dancing something, the board floor slamming under the hooves and swords, shining hideously over their blood-stained cloaks. He says he will wipe all of them out from Sarkaz. He never rests, he says. He says that he will never die. That's ominous! What the fuck? Yeah, Nightingale is cool. At this point, I can't even tell how gay-coded the followers like her, Neural, and Shining actually are, and how much it's just the fandom projecting onto stuff, but I like to think she's gay. Ifrit the Burninator. Ifrit daughter. She is just very daughter. She is Silence and Saria's daughter. And she is... she's a whiny teenager with destructive fire powers. I just love her so much. Also, in terms of gameplay, her gameplay is so dumb. Because it has this thing where it's like, she has the longest range of any caster, but also it's restricted to a single tile. So it's like, it's 8 tiles, but all of those tiles are in a line. And it might be less, it's probably less than 8. I think it's 6. Whereas, like, most casters are, like, 3 tiles, with, like, 3 tiles in the center and 2 tiles on each side. So it's like, there's a width to it. She doesn't have that. She just shoots down a lane and kills everything. And she's unique in that regard. This is a good skin. She's just Grillin. Don't know why her skirt is transparent. Don't think it needed to be that way. And here's her with a KFC skin. and an owl plush to represent her mother. And I think that highlighting the fact that your game has bird people in the KFC skin is a little fucked up. Because there is a correlation being made when you put the owl behind the chicken bucket. But yeah, no, I love Ifrit. Like, she's one of my favorite characters along with Silence and Saria. She's just daughter who has really bad rock cancer. Ayafyala. Adele. I'm gonna call her Adele instead of having to pronounce Ayafyala each time, because Ayafyala is an annoying word to pronounce. Adele. She's a goat with really bad rock cancer as well. And I think I like about her is that, like, her rock cancer is bad enough that, like, her hearing is going out. She has, like, a hard time seeing things, so it's like, I mean, speaking of someone who has glasses and is hard of hearing, like, I like that representation, even if, like, for me it's just natural. But no, she's cool. She also does a fuck ton of damage. She's, because one of her skills is just deal a fuck ton of damage. This is a good skin. I don't know if this one's in English yet. It might not be. But yeah, no, I really like Adele. Definitely not one of my favorite 6 stars, but like, I use her consistently at this point in my team. She's very good. Exucii. Exucii? Exucii. One of my favorite characters. Just straight up, like, I love this gun angel. I love this gun lesbian, like, she's so good. She should kiss Texas, and maybe Lapland, and maybe Mostima. Like, I just love her. She's so good. She is so good. Just, like, she's kind of the peak of Penguin Logistics for me. She's, like, top 5 characters in the game for me. I like her backstory, I like her character, I like her relationships, I like her design. Like, I just fucking love how butch lesbian she looks. Like, yeah, it's just really good. And good skins, too. Right, another KFC skin. But no, I really like this skin. Yeah. Exucii is just... Exucii? It's a really hard word to pronounce, but no, I'd love her. Angelina. Angelina was my starting 6 star, so I have fondness for her due to that, but it feels like ever since, like, starting the game, I have just grown less fond of her. Because I've just found that, like, she doesn't have a story I'm interested in. And her personality doesn't really gel with, like, I don't really dig it. I don't really get into it. Her gameplay isn't something I really love. So it's just, like, I even use her in gameplay less. Like, I think she's cute. I like her, like, I like the twin tails. I like her being a fox. It's just, like, I just like her less and less over time. Because other characters have a lot to give me, and she doesn't. So, I said that Courier and Matterhorn and Premonix and Cliffheart are all made worse for the existence of another character, and here is this fucker! My least favorite character in the game. I can't even explain it. He is just awful. I hate this guy. He is just terrible. Capitalist scum. Moving on. So here's a cop. She has a lot of the same problems as Qian, but unlike Qian, I feel like she is a better character than Qian. The fact that I use her in gameplay helps. I like that she has a shield the size of her. I like that she has a skill that means that, like, any damage dealt to her is reflected. I think that's cool. Like, I really like a lot about her, other, like, everything except her, like, backstory, or, like, her, like, character is, like, I love. Even her character I'm willing to forgive. I love characters who don't die and also can kill enemies just by defending. Saria! Silence's wife. So, and Ifrit's mother. So yeah, just like, I think I already talked a lot about Silence, and it's like, a lot of why I like Saria is tied up in Silence. Because I think that, like, the two have a very good relationship. Even when looking at them as, like, as divorced, which most people accept that they're divorced. I think that's a really interesting, like, perspective to be looking in on for a, like, lesbian relationship, is that, like, these two divorced women, one of them has custody and, like, stuff like that. Saria has personality outside of that aspect, but it doesn't. It's something that I'm less a fan of. Like, for me, it's mostly like her connection to Ifrit and Silence that I love. Not a huge fan of her skins, though. But I do like her design. Oh yeah, I need to show this off. So there's a thing. No, I don't think it's in her E1. So, you see this thing? That's a feather. She has a feather on her belt. If we go look at Ifrit, she has a feather necklace. And if we go look at Silence, she has brown feathers. And Silence gives people her feathers when they're really close. And there's only like 2 or 3 characters in the entire game who have one of her feathers. I think Pitalopsis might be one of them. Can't remember if she is or not. I think I saw someone mention something about that at some point, but I don't know how true it is. Yeah, I'm not seeing one. There's some of her own feathers, but yeah, so... But no, but like... So the only characters in the game who have Silence's feathers with them are Ifrit and Saria. Which, like, says a lot about their relationship. And I really... Yeah, it's like, it's very cute. Yeah. It's a very good detail. Big fan of it. Scotty. Scotty is an orca. She's also a lot of things in lore. And a lot of her lore is tied up in an event that hasn't happened yet, despite the fact that she was introduced in the first event in the game. Big fan of her, because I'm a big fan of all A gear. I think, like, her being an orca is cool. Like, being a false killer whale. Alright, skin. I definitely prefer her E1 art, as far as all that is concerned. But also just, like, in lore, Scotty is, like, a one-woman army. Like, she is a natural disaster, like, a walking natural disaster. She is just... She fucks up, like, everything in her path if she has a reason to. She is, like, really cool. She's kind of hot. I like her. I don't have a lot of reason to use her, because as far as gameplay goes, like, there's a lot better, but I really like her design. I'm hoping I like the event where, like, her lore comes in. That's the one where Akafuyu is getting at it, so I'm really looking forward to that. Schwarz. Cat with a crossbow. With a really fucking extravagant crossbow. Like, a crossbow that has, like, fires multiple bolts at once and has a knife attached. This thing is so extra. She's from the same event that Ceylon is from. A lot of people ship them. Maybe this artist ships them. I don't love her a lot, but I do think, like, she is kind of cool. Like, insofar as, like, she had a good purpose in that event, and I was kind of, like, into that, but... She also, like, I still haven't rolled her. Which maybe is why I'm not super into her. This is the first 6-star I'm gonna skip. I'm not super into Helliger. I haven't even rolled him yet, so it's just kind of like, I don't really know him a lot. Magellan! She's a penguin. She's an Arctic explorer. She's cool. A lot of people love her. Maria Issei voices her too, which is very cute. Maria Issei is a very good voice actress. And, I know, like, Magellan kind of falls apart in her lore in that, like, I don't think there's enough. Like, I think, like, she needs more story to really win me over, but I do like her a lot. Like, just, she's a very cute penguin. Sometimes being cute is enough. Mostima! God, Mostima is so Look at this art! Look at this art! Holy shit, look at this art. This art is so fucking cool. Mostima is just, like, so cool. She's also a fallen angel. Because she has wings that are, like, corrupted, a halo that's, like, dirty, horns, and, a tail. And she has, like... She's such an edgy character. Describing her makes me feel like I am just describing, like, the dumbest thing, but it's so cool. Like, she has those staves that control time. And it's like, she's just so cool. I just like her so much. All of her backstory is tied to Exusi, and she's part of Penguin Logistics. And, like, I really love her. She is one of my favorite characters. Less so than Exusi, but, like, they're both really good. Look at this art. This art is so good. This art is so... Just... I love Mostima. Mostima is, like... What's going on with these guys? Mostima is so good. One day I imagine we'll get, like... Because her and Exusi's lore raises a lot of questions. And I imagine that one day we'll actually get answers to those questions. But, I don't know. I really love her. I hope we get an event that, like, ties into her again at some point. Blaze. Firecat. I'm not actually that into Blaze. I know a lot of people who love Blaze. Not really my fave. Like, good ambient synthesasia skin, but... I don't really care for the main story of Arknights, which is why I don't really care for her. But like, people really love her. Ak. Ak is just this terrible, awful bastard. This fucking, like... this is a guy who makes me look at him and think, like, no, you are awful, I hate you. Like, this dude is just some back-alley doctor who just... He doesn't pay attention to law, he doesn't pay attention to, like, he just does his own shit. Like, I would not trust this guy with my life. He looks like a Homestruck troll. Jesus fucking Christ. That's one of the worst things I've ever heard, and I can't even say you're wrong. Oh my god. I was not prepared to have Ak looks like a Homestuck troll be a thought that I have in my head now. And you're not remotely wrong. That's really cursed. But now, like, the thing about Ak is that, like... No, I have the wrong one. Neon is better. I really like Neon. Neon is cool. She was the first limited banner character. I want her to come home someday, but she hasn't yet. And unfortunately, she's a limited character, so it's like she won't. Most characters aren't, but she won't spook me, and so it's like, Neon, come home. I want you. You're a very cool character. I like your girlfriend is great. Like she definitely does kiss Lava when neither of them are on camera. But like I really love Neon. Neon is just like this chaotic fucking like. She's an immortal who is just like doesn't care, but not in a like nihilistic way. She's just like fucky. She's just fucky, and I like that. I'll have more to say about her later. KOB. K. No joke, I thought her name was pronounced Ciobi until I learned that her real name is K. Kay. And it's like, oh my god. It's pronounced KOB. I think her friendship with Bubble is cute. I think, like, she kind of has the same thing as a Freed, where it's like, they're both kind of, like, characters who come across as, neurodivergent in a, like... trying to figure out how to say this in a good way. Mentally younger than she is physically, and, like, more so than with a Freed. And it's kind of like, that's kind of a controversial take. But fuck it, I'm neurodivergent. Like, it's a take that's, like, inspired by kids I was in classes with. That, like, because I was in a lot of, like, programs for neurodivergent kids, and it's like, yeah, I was in classes with kids like that. I know what it can be like, and I think, like, yeah, that fits her, and I like her for that. Also, Vulcan is her mom, and I like that. Bagpipe. Why is this Scottish dragon wearing like a schoolgirl uniform and why does she have a gun lance? Like, this is such an eclectic design, and it's really cool, but like, what? There's very little cohesion here. I like it, but there's very little cohesion here. A while back, there was like this thing on Twitter that was just like, the two reasons why you like Bagpipe are either horny or the gun lance is cool. And my god, that gun lance is so fucking cool. Like, I know a lot of people who like her for horny reasons, but that gun lance is so cool. And then there's also this skin, which exists, I guess. But like, Bagpipe is just kind of cool. I don't use her a ton because I have better characters, but like, she's neat. Phantom is a boy. W. Or, W. She was the second limited character. She also has not come home. She is a person in story. I like her she got an event that's like a prequel to the main events of the story, and I think I liked that more than like anything else she was a part of. But like, she's cool. I think she's neat. I would like her more if she came home. Also, I really like this skin. I hadn't seen this skin before. The skin is really good. Holy shit. Because this skin ties into her backstory with, like, the prequel stuff. This is very good. Very good. Very good skin. But also just, look at this art. She is just similar energy to Neon. Weedy. Sea Dragon Girl. She also has a water cannon. I like all A gear. And I like her. That's kind of it. Like, she's a sea dragon. That's cool. I like her. I'm not a fan of this skin. TBH. This, like, Nutcracker Christmas skin. It doesn't really scan well for like her design, I think. I don't really get it. I hate that her, like, the way it displays her name here annoys me. This character's name is not Polka. It is Rosa. Because her name, along with Zima and, Istina and, where is it? Gummy. Her name is in Russian. And it just so happens that Rosa in Russian looks like English. And so you have a lot of people who think that her name is Rosa. Or her name is Polka. But no, Rosa. I like Rosa. I like all of the USSG. I think she's my least favorite out of the four. But I still love her. I really like the fucking spear gun she has. This just massive, like, weapon that, like, that is not a, like, two-handed weapon. That is a siege weapon that she just picked up and started using. And I think that's really cool. Also, saw this on Twitter. Check out her hair. That's cool. Trans rights. Rosa is cool. Also, her range is really weird. I started using her more recently, after, like, not using her forever. But her range does this thing where it's, like, really wide, really long, but she can't attack enemies close to her. Which is just, like, kind of weird. Let's go, trans rights. Yeah. Suzerain. Desert Fox girl. She's cute. Thorns. This fucking fuckboy. I miss the time in Arknights' history when this fucker was the most controversial thing in the game. I don't know. He was added in a rerun of an event, and that kind of pissed a lot of people off, because it was like, people didn't like the idea of adding characters on reruns, because when a rerun happens, you don't get to redo all the events to get, like, the currency for rolls from that. So it's like, here is a character, we're not making it easier for you to roll. And it was like, it was perceived as, here is a character, you need to spend money on him. And oh boy, do they want you to spend money on him, because he's still one of the strongest characters in the game. There are levels that he can solo. And it's just kind of nuts. And I don't have him. I've heard he has a lot of skins, but here he only has one. Eunectes. Gaviel should kiss this girl. IMO. She also has stuff that's tied to, like, she and Tamimi are also tied together because they were introduced in the same event. I like Eunectes. She's neat. She has a robot and an axe, and is like a mechanic snake girl. And I think that's cool. I really like this skin, except for, I mean, it's a bit sexualized because that's kind of all of her design. But like, I like her just be like having the like pants and work belt and stuff is like, yeah, she's a mechanic. It kind of fits her like that. It's like mechanic snake girl. Cert. I only know how to pronounce some ancient Norse names. So yeah, this is Yui Horii as a demon girl with a giant fucking sword and amnesia. Surtur is another one of the most powerful characters in the game, and I really like her. She's very pretty. I love this. This is like what maybe my favorite skin in the game, just because it's like this is the design straight out of 2008, and like it's so like scene core shit, but like that is so good. But also like Surtur's lore is really cool. She's just a really cool character. And she's also my free win button. And also, the skin is so good, and I just want to keep looking at it. It's like that one image of the like edgy like anime angel girl thing from like 2004. That's what this is to me. It was like it was cool then, it's cool now. Like this is just perfect. Cert is so good. Blemish Shine, Maria Nerl. So this is Nerl's sister. Nerl, her full name is Margaret Nerl. Whislash's name is Zofia Nerl. And Blemish Shine is Maria Nerl. I like her. I didn't really like the event she was a part of, but I do like her. Sort of an unexpected Kanahana role. Not really the kind of thing I expect from Kanahana. But she's a paladin. She's also like an inventor girl and stuff. I really like her. I don't have much to say about her, though. I like her. Rosemontis. I still haven't read up to the part of the story where Rosemontis is relevant. I have played it, but I skipped story until recently, and I've been catching up, but I haven't quite gotten to her yet. She probably... Like, that's like a similar position where I'm at with Blaze, where it's like... maybe you're cool. Mudrock. Mudrock is a very popular character, I found, but, like, people don't like that, like... For the longest time, this is all we knew about Mudrock. It was... We didn't even know that Mudrock was she. Like, Mudrock was this person in this big suit, and they are fucking terrifying because they are incredibly strong. Mudrock is very strong, but also, people don't like that she's short. Like, she's not particularly... I like that she's short, because, like, if you look at her, like, if you look at her suit design versus her actual design, it's like, these two don't match up. But I like the idea that, like, her suit is a mech... Like, this is a mech suit. This is where her eyes are. Everything else is, like, above that. She has a mech suit, and I like that. Cute skin. Like, you know, for me, it's just, like, I skipped the event that introduced her, so there's like, only a limited amount of how much I can, like, really get out of, Mudrock. Apparently she's one of the best units in the game. I have seen people clear, like, really fucking difficult levels that just by, like, Mudrock goes here, Thorns goes here, I'm gonna go get a drink while the game happens. Apparently she just is unkillable. Mountain. Fun fact, Mountain, his real name is Anthony. And it's definitely not an accident that this guy is Tony the Tiger. That's all I have to say about him. Archetto, I skipped her banner. Again, we're getting into more recent stuff. I skipped her banner. I don't really know about her. Dusk. Dusk is so good. So Dusk is Nian's sister. They're both of this, like, immortal species from before history, and, like... they're based around the, like... This family is based around the 12 Chinese arts. Nian is a 4, like, metal crafting stuff. And Dusk is art. Is art, painting. And I really like her, because the most recent event centered around her. It was just like... it's just like, some people go into one of her paintings, and a lot of stuff happens inside. And actually nothing happens inside, because it's just a painting. And the story is really cool because it's, like, very philosophical, very, like, very much a story about art, which I really love. That's always nice. And Dusk herself is just a really fascinating character to me, and I hope she appears again in like, next year's Chinese New Year story. Similar to how Neon showed up in this, in her story. I just want to see more of their family, because I think they're really cool. Also, just, like, the sort of, like, ink caster thing is very cool. Like, similar to Deep Color. Very big fan of, like, ink magic. Also, in Who Is Real is Saga. This very, very good dog. Saga is, like, probably my other favorite part of, Who Is Real, besides Dusk herself. Well, Dusk and Love of the Purgatory and Nian and Who Is Real is just one of my favorite events in the entire game. But yeah, but, like, Saga is really cool. She's a Buddhist monk and actually Buddhist for some reason, despite this being a fantasy world. And just, like, I really like the conversations that she has with Dusk. I think those are fascinating. I think she's just a really interesting character. All around. And Ash Passenger. Scotty the Corrupted Heart. So Scotty is going to get an ult in the future. I don't really know, like, what the deal is with this. I'm looking forward to this event, but I don't know anything about it other than some, like, loose spoilers I've gotten. Scotty's cool, though. I like Scotty in any form. And just very cool art. Gladia, also a part of that event. Apparently, Gladia is really fucking strong. She's also the welfare for that event. How many gacha games give away 6 stars as welfares? That's really cool. Yeah. Again, I don't know much about her. But, like, I like the hat. I think she's cool. Can't tell what she's supposed to be, though. Is she... I'll look that up later. Calstit. Calcit? Calstit? Sit? Calcit? I don't know how to say her name. Huh. That's a really odd name. Anyway, she's a big character in the story who only got added later on. I'm only so much a fan of her. I think she's, like, neat, alright, whatever, but she can summon a giant dragon monster from her spine. And the thing, like, once I learned that and was just like, I wish I could just have, like, I wish this could happen to my spine, because maybe then it would hurt less. And that's a great insight to my life, that like, I hear about, character has a dragon monster in their spine, and I just think, wow, what if that helped my back pain? Being disabled does suck sometimes. But yeah, no, Calstit is kind of a bitch. But I like her, she's neat. Well, I'm looking, like, she's on the same banner as Scotty and Akafuyu. So, like, I'll be rolling for her, even if she's not my top priority. So I'm kind of looking forward to her. Carnelian. She is tied to Beeswax's story. And I'm curious to see how that goes, but I don't know much about either of them, so I'm gonna have to wait and see, I guess. Cool sword. Also, they're both voiced by Eriki Demura. Palace. Buffalo Girl. voiced by Marina Inoue. I think she's cool. Like, the really fucking long chain mace thing is cool. I don't know much about her yet, but I like her because she's voiced by Marina Inoue, and I'm a basic bitch like that. I'm looking forward to her, like, coming to the game at some point. I'm looking forward to learning more about her. I don't know much about her yet. I know her design, which I like, and I know her voice actor, which I love. And Chen the Holong Day. So, when I said that, like, I miss when Thorns was the most controversial part of the game, Chen is definitely, like, what I was talking about. Because the controversy from this skin is hard to describe, but it's ongoing. I think it's going to be ongoing for a while. In summation, she's a limited, and she's the limited in, like, the first limited was Nian, who, like, we had this many before Nian, who was a limited. The next limited after her was W, and then Rose Montes. So it's like, in that time, up to Rose Montes, we had 3 limiteds. And then Dusk is limited, and then Ash is limited, and then I believe Scatty is limited, and then Chen is limited. And so it's just like an increasing number of limiteds on each banner, and people don't like that, like, it's for a silly thing. And it's like, Chen is a big character in lore, and it's like, if we're getting an alternate version of her, why isn't it, like, something more meaningful? Why is it a holiday skin? And it's like, people are really mad about that, and that kind of sparked some other things, like, events have been happening really fast lately, and, like, people don't like how the story's been developing, and it's like, a lot of controversy around this skin. I don't think it's a very good skin. Like, this could have, it's not a good alternate. I think it could have just been a skin. I don't get why it wasn't. It's really weird. And then, Mizuki, who is a squid boy. I don't usually like Arknights boys, but, like, he's an A-gear, so I have to like him. And also, he does have neat lore. I know a lot of people who just, like, adore him. And that's, like, weird for a character who's just, like, a couple weeks old. But he's cool. I do kind of get it. Like, he's neat. But his event is still months off. That's gonna be in, like, February, probably. Yeah, I don't know. So, that's the last, like, that, I caught up to Arknights at this point. So, like, yeah. I don't know. Trying to find, like, a character to just put on screen for the goodbye. I don't know. So, yeah, this was fun. Thanks everyone who tuned in. I had a lot more viewers for this than I expected, and also, holy shit, 3 hours. I wasn't checking time during this stream, but I went for 3 hours. So thanks everyone who tuned in. I had fun with this, but this kind of isn't a stream that I can, replicate. But I might talk about Arknights again in the future. That might be fun, that might be cool. Thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna go, and, yeah. I'll be, streaming on Twitch on, Friday, by the way, so go, like, follow that channel, by the way, please. I don't know. Bye!